Paddington 2 was released in 2017 in some countries, and in some countries it had been released in 2018. It was once again directed by Paul King. It tells the story where Paddington gets a job so that he can make enough money to buy a gift for his Aunt Lucy's birthday. However, the gift ends up being stolen, which leads to Paddington being framed. It's now up to Paddington and his family to find out who is the real thief. Just like the first Paddington, I watched the second one for the first time, and here I am finally reviewing it. So, I did review the first movie a couple of days ago, and I really liked it. I thoroughly enjoyed it, really enjoyed the storyline, thought the characters were excellent, the performances were great, the cinematography is beautiful. Just a really nice, heartwarming, charming movie. So I did have a good feeling about the second one. I heard a lot of great things about it, and I finally got around to watching it. And you know what? I'm so happy to say I actually think Paddington 2 is even better than the first one in almost every single aspect. There is a few aspects where I do think one is better, but I'm so happy to say this movie is brilliant. This movie is absolutely fantastic. The storyline is really engaging. There's a lot of really good plot twists which I think are executed fantastically. I also think the movie can be very heartwarming. There's a lot of emotion and a lot of heart in this film. The ending of the movie is beautiful. It's so heartfelt, so rich, that genuinely it did hit me right in the feels. I was like, damn, that ending alone was just absolutely peak. But I also think the movie is well balanced. Everyone contributes to the plot very well, and I do think the movie's structure is really good. There is some nitpicks though. The pacing. I actually think the first movie's pacing is slightly better than this one. This one is a little bit slow in a few parts. It's not to say the movie dragged a lot, it's just there was a few sections in the movie where the movie did kind of slow down a little bit. It does pick up the pace, but it's just, there is certain sections that do take their time a little bit too long, I feel. There is some scenes in the prison that are slightly a little bit slow, but they're still really good regardless. And the comedy is great. I will say, I don't know if it's as funny as the first one. I do need to think about that. So I think maybe the pacing and the comedy of the first movie is slightly better than this one, but that's not to say the comedy here is bad. The comedy here is actually really funny. It still maintains that charm of the first movie. So I'm happy to say this movie does have a very engaging story and a lot of great action too. I was actually really surprised by that, especially by the climax. The cinematography is absolutely excellent. Visually, the movie looks great. There's some great colours. The climax on a visual level is just absolutely fantastic. And even the climax itself is really, really good. It's really exciting. It might be my favourite scene in the entire movie. I think the performances are absolutely fantastic. Hugh Grant steals the show in my book. But I also think everyone does a great job playing their character. You can really tell they care so much about these characters. And I think that's absolutely fantastic. I think the performances are one of the best aspects of both of these movies. And I have to say, the characters are even better in this movie than they were in the first movie. Paddington is great here in this film. His character arc is even better than it is in the first movie, and his story is just both full of heart and very engaging. His story in the prison is actually much more entertaining than I was expecting. Mr. Brown, Mrs. Brown, Jonathan, Judy, and Mrs. Bird are all great characters too. They all contribute to the plot, especially in the climax, and their bond with Paddington is even stronger here than it was in the first film. Knuckles is a really good character. His dynamic with Paddington is really good, and he can also be very funny. I have to say, the plot twist with him, I genuinely didn't see coming at all, and the execution of it I was very impressed with. A really good character, and the other prisoners are a lot of fun too. Hugh Grant's character is very entertaining, he's a lot of fun, although I wish he was in the movie more, because whenever he is on screen, he steals the show, I feel, and a lot of it is thanks to his performance. But I just wish he was in the movie more because, damn, he's just such a fun character. The movie's characters are fantastic. Everyone feels involved, everyone contributes to the plot, and I think that's excellent. The music is also very good, it's very charming, it adds to the experience, and it really fits the tone of the movie. There's even some good songs in this film which surprised me. I have to say, I'm very happy that I decided to finally watch both of these movies before the third film comes out, because I really enjoyed them, and I enjoyed this one even more. There is one little issue I have, well, more of a little nitpick I should say. is the ending. Now, yes, I did say the ending is beautiful, which it is. When the movie ended, I wanted more. I can't lie, I did say to myself, oh damn, that hits right in the feels, but I wanted more, and I wanted more of the story. And it actually does make me excited to see the third film, although it is going to be interesting to see how the story continues in the third film. But I have to say, this movie is absolutely beautiful. Overall, Paddington 2 is even better than the first one, I'm happy to say. Excellent storytelling, great performances, great characters, and great music. I genuinely am so impressed and can't believe with how good it is. I'm going to give Paddington 2 a well deserved 10 out of 10. As for my expectations for the third film, I've seen the trailer quite a few times. I think it looks like a lot of fun. I do think visually it looks great. I think some of the locations look really great. Antonio Banderas is in the movie. That's awesome. But I'm just curious to see how the movie continues the story. I really want to see what it's going to be like, and I do think it looks very interesting. I wonder though, is it going to conclude the trilogy or are they going to make more? Because I kind of felt with the ending of the second film, it did kind of feel like a conclusion, but I do feel I wanted more out of the ending. But that's why I am curious to see the third film and seeing how it plays out. And hopefully it's just as good as the first two. I don't know if it'll be as good as the second one, but who knows? We just have to wait and see. So stay tuned for my review, which will hopefully be on Venom 3. Stay tuned for that. Take care, everyone. Mind yourselves. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think of the Paddington movies down in the comment section below. Thank you all for watching. Take care, guys. And skadoosh.